Hello, boys and girls. Mrs. Sadowski here with you again, and this will be our last lesson this week with Molly Whuppie. So we're going to look back at the story, and today we're going to be using clues from the text to make an inference about a character. Now, we did this once before when we were looking at Rabbit and Coyote last week. Remember, we were looking at what text evidence says, and specifically in Rabbit and Coyote, it asked you to put in actions and words and thoughts. And then you made an inference to the side, and then you had to make one about Coyote. Today, you're just going to focus on Molly, okay? We're looking at Molly's character. And it says to look specifically, and I'm going to actually highlight it on my copy because I want to make sure it really stands out. I'm going to highlight in orange today. It says, read paragraphs 1 and 2 and 21 to 23. So when you're looking at paragraphs 1 and 2, we're looking at the very start of the story. This is where they're telling us that there was a couple that left their kids. We're talking about the girls wandering. They're coming to a door. There's a woman that talks to them. And the girls begging harder, promising to leave before the giant came. So the woman lets them in and feeds them. Now remember, we're not focusing on the woman in the story. We're focusing on Molly. Okay? And we're looking at things that Molly does from paragraphs 1 and 2. Now, it doesn't specifically say Molly's name, but Molly is one of the girls being mentioned in that part. So keep that in mind when we're looking at what a character does. And I want you to go to paragraphs 21 to 23. So paragraphs 21 to 23. So it starts at the bottom of page 18. And this is the part where it talks about the giant's wife begged Molly to take her up into the sack so she could see what Molly saw. So Molly took the shears and cut a hole in the sack, took the needle and thread and jumped down. Then she helped the giant's wife into the sack and sewed up the hole. Again, what is Molly doing in that paragraph? The giant's wife saw nothing and begged to get out, but Molly simply hid herself behind a door. Again, what is it that Molly is doing? Really focusing on Molly's actions here. And in paragraph 23, the giant came home with a big stick and took down the sack. He raised up the stick, but did not swing. When he heard the cat meow and the dog bark, "Be quiet," he yelled. Molly used this opportunity to sneak out. The giant saw her out of the corner of his eye and ran after her. They came to the bridge of one hair. Molly got over the bridge, but the giant couldn't. The giant yelled, but Molly just ran to the king with the ring. So again, what is it that Molly is doing? So notice it doesn't say thoughts, it doesn't say words, it doesn't say actions. It left it blank this time because this time there are no words, there are no thoughts. It's simply the character's actions. So you're focusing on Molly. And again, you can, highlight if you want, underline, whatever you need to do. But you do want to type in. And if you use the exact words from the text, make sure you use quotation marks because you're borrowing someone else's words, right? Not your own. If you paraphrase, then that's fine. You don't need the quotation marks. So come up with 3 different actions based on this part of the story only. Then, do you think Molly is good? What is your judgment of her character? So that's 2 different questions. First, do you think she's good? Yes, I think she's good. No, I don't think she's good. And your judgment of her character. Why do you think that? What else do you think about her? How else would you describe her? This is where you get to be the judge of what kind of person Molly is. Down at the bottom, it says, based on story details, which 2 words describe Molly? Was she fearful? Was she like, oh no, something's going to happen to me? Was she brave? Haha, I can do this. Was she honest? Did she tell the truth? Was she weak? You can't do anything. Was she smart? Was she revengeful? Ooh, I shall get back at you. Ha ha ha. Okay. Which 2 words? You can't pick them all. Can't pick more than 2. Don't just pick one. You need 2. That's why there's 2 circles. Drag them over the letters you want. Then, which detail best illustrate or shows Molly's character? As you look at these 4 things, the fact that she wants to marry the king's son, that she was abandoned, she tricks the giant in order to steal his things, or that she has sisters. Which of these things tells you the most information about her character, about her personality, what this person is like? All right? So again, we're working on those inference skills, basing it on text evidence. Good luck, boys and girls. We look forward to seeing your answers.